Waste of power.
I just do it for the lighting for the video.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Now we're really starting for real. Lying down. Relax your shoulders. You can have your knees bent, your legs straight, whatever allows you to feel comfortable. Relax for a couple. All right, let's come into the breath. We'll take a couple deep breaths together. Inhale through your nose. A big full breath. And sigh it out. Emptying all the breath. Do that again. Inhale through the nose. Big breath. Holding at the top. And releasing. Exhale. Sigh the breath out. And one more time. Take the biggest breath so far. Inhale. Filling up, holding the breath at the top, soften your shoulders. And sigh it out, exhale. All right, allowing the body to really soften with the exhale. Start to come into your Ujjayi breath. Inhaling, steady exhaling. In and out through the nose. Just letting the breath pour in and pour out. Even though it may not seem possible, it is technically possible to maintain this breath throughout the practice. It just takes a lot of practice to do that. But it is possible. So we'll do it as much as we can, right? And that'll just go however it goes. There's no, rules around that. But coming into this rhythm right now, so we have a blueprint that we can come back to, right? When the breath gets away from us or what we forget, the mind wanders, whatever it is. We'll come back to this breath. So again, keeping the breath steady and smooth. Start to reach the arms overhead. Stretch the legs out long. Oh, feel your parts. Wave the parts up. Oh, and then hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Rock a little side to side. So this is kind of your crow pose with your, your torso, your legs. Like this is basically the shape we're trying to get into. Just here. Of course, it's super easy now. It's no problem right now.
No problem. I can do it.
Yeah, easy. Let's take a twist. So drop your legs over to the left, and we'll just start to warm things up a little bit. Just let all that happen. Nice. And then back up to the middle. Take an inhale here. And exhale over to the other side. Drop the knees over. Relaxing your shoulder down. Easy stretch. Up through center. All right. So have your knees bent and your feet off the floor. So you're kind of in that sort of crow pose position. And then we'll bring the hands behind the head. We'll turn this into a little bit of core work, which is more true to crow pose, of course. Bakasana. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift your head and shoulders up off the floor and just see, is it possible to bring your knees to your arms? You may not be able to, it doesn't matter, but just see if you can. Give them a little touch, nice little squeeze. Pull the heels in towards your butt. So you're trying to get a little tinier, smaller into this little ball. Take one last breath, squeeze out the exhale, then slowly lower down. You can bring your feet down onto the floor so your hip flexors can soften a little bit, maybe waggle the, well, maybe not waggle, but drop the knees side to side. All right, so we're gonna add on to that a little bit. Bringing the knees in, just floating the feet off the floor. Take an inhale, exhale, lift the head and shoulders. And again, pulling the knees in, trying to curl your tailbone up away from the floor, right? See if you can tap your knees onto your arms. And this time, let's release the hands. So you're reaching towards the ceiling, right? Stretching up through the fingertips. Can you get your arms inside your knees or shoulder distance apart if you're not touching your knees, right? Reach for the ceiling, pull the knees in, try and touch them onto your arms. One last breath. Oh, come on down. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Right?
right? Oh my
So
God.
the lying down crow pose is still some work. It's like inverted, it's supta. It's supta bakasana, obviously. Facing upward. So we're gonna do it one more time. One more time, just so you know, get that movement started. It is definitely rounding the spine. We are absolutely trying to do that. So as the knees come in, hands behind your head just to start. Inhale, exhale, curl into a little ball, right? Definitely trying to flex the spine, no doubt about that. See if you can stay rounded, but kind of spread the collarbones and reach for the ceiling. Maybe turn your hands like you're actually trying to push the ceiling away from you. Pull your heels in towards your butt and try and touch your knees to your upper arms. Press the ceiling away. Pull your knees in a little bit more. Take one last breath. Oh my gosh. And come on down. Oh, your abs. Okay, maybe just take a big stretch. Reach the arms overhead. Oh, stretch the legs out. Okay. Whew. So all the back bends that we do today will feel pretty good just to release, release that. All right, let's come up. We'll do some cat-cow. Take a roll forward and back a time or two. Right? And then come on up and over. And we'll cat-cow a few rounds. Okay. Inhale. Oh, stretch the belly. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale to round. Do that a couple more times, moving with your breath. So we're still Ujjayi breath, or back to Ujjayi breath. Exhale. One more time. Just take your exhale all the way back to child's pose. So another similar to crow pose action, right? Your knees pulled in nice and close. You can rest your head on the floor. Obviously, this is a much easier way to do it. But same rounding of the spine, same shape. All right, let's come on back up to our tabletop. Knees under your hips, wrists under your shoulders. Actually, I take that back. We're gonna bring the knees a little bit closer together. Keep your hands. And we'll reach the right leg back. Right, so as you do that, lift up through the belly, right? Keep the low back happy. And then let's send the left arm forward. Right, so when we're here, we're making the back body a little bit stronger, which is something that's super important when we're jumping our feet forward from downward facing dog, or even just trying to balance ourselves in any of our inversions or arm balances. Lifting up. Yeah, hug the ribs in. You'll feel the back of the body squeeze. I want you to just get a little more heat there. Take one more breath, inhale. And then come on in, exhale. Curl into a little ball, squeeze and round. Inhale, lift up. So almost like a little baby back bend here. And then exhale, round and squeeze. Pull the elbow past the leg. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, curl it in. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Right, one more. Inhale, lift, and exhale, curl it in, and we'll straighten it out, reach, and bring it down. Hand down, knee down, and if you need a moment to just sit back, like, oh, harder than it seems like it would be, I feel like. Right?
Today?
No, you did. I used my face mask the other day to put my hair up because the ear things are like hair ties, and so I just used my mask. Right? Whatever works.
Whatever.
Creative. All right, so of course we're going to do that on the other side. Gravity is always, being gravity, like pulling. So we have to resist that a little bit by lifting the belly. And reach the left leg back. Well, I guess you don't have to, but if you want your low back to feel happy later, you'll engage your abs. All right, keep the left arm strong, reach the right arm. Pressing through the left hand. Right, keep the belly engaged. Even as you try and lift the leg a little higher. Lift the arm a little higher. Right, you can feel the heat in the back of the body. Lengthen the outer right hip back. Take one more breath, lift up. And as you exhale, curl it in. Round and squeeze. Inhale, stretch and lift. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale and exhale. And we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. 1 more like that. Stretch and pull it in. And then just reach it long, take an inhale and bring it down. Hand down, knee down, maybe child's pose. Just practicing your crow shape. Technically, when your arms are straight, it's really crane. Bakasana means crane, actually, or crane pose. Bent elbows is really the crow pose, which is actually called kakasana instead of bakasana. So just, some minor pose naming details. All right. Let's come up into downward facing dog. Shall we walk your hands a little forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and as you come in, if you want to pedal the heels a time or two, if you want to shake out your head, and just enjoy the stretchiness here. And then when you're ready or in the next breath or two, start to settle in, steadying the body, smoothing the breath. Yeah, always coming back, right? Coming back to that Ujjayi breath. All right. Gently floating forward into your plank pose. Right, and then because it's useful for our crow pose too, let's lean the shoulders forward of the wrists. Right, so if we're ever doing actual crane with the arms straight, we're gonna need to be able to lean like this. So lean a little forward. Right, and two, when you're jumping your feet to your hands, there'll be some lean of your shoulders forward of the wrists. Feel that work. Use your abs. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, come to the floor. Oh my gosh. Like slowly lower gracefully down.
I threw myself down.
Right. Curl the tailbone under. Inhale, lift up. Lift the chest, lift the legs. Reach back. Yeah, come on down. Exhale. Let's interlace. Interlace the fingers. Curl the tailbone under. Lift up. Stretch your chest, your shoulders. Probably feel pretty good right about now. Reach it back. Come on down as you exhale. Switch the interlace. Other thumb on top, the awkward feeling interlace. Curl the tailbone under and come up again. Lift and stretch. Soften at the base of the neck, right? Scoop the heart up. Lift the chin, maybe. See how that feels. One more inhale, and bring it down, exhale. Release the hands, little waggle of the hips side to side. All right. Bring your palms by your ribs. Tuck the toes. Curl the tailbone under. Take an inhale. On your exhale, press the floor away. Come to plank pose or knees plank. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. All right. So coming back into the breath. The breath, the breath. All right, it's all about the breath. One more inhale, get a little longer. Use your exhale to bring your feet to your hands. Walk forward, float forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, firm the glutes, reach out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pause here. Take an inhale. Soft side exhale as you bow your chin. Let's set an intention for practice really quick. I know we've done a bunch of stuff already, but right, what brought you to your mat today? Or if you have an intention in mind, and maybe you just give it away, offer it up. Goodness knows, the world can use some good vibes. California, Los Angeles, right? You can keep it as tight as you want, right? But hey, definitely a nice way to kind of keep your efforts inspired, right? You can do that with your practice. You can do that with anything you do all day long. Right? Just offer it up, give it away. Really elevates everything you do. Anyways. All right. Take another big full inhale. And soft side out, exhale. Release your hands down. Eyes can be open or closed. It's totally up to you. Turn the palms out. Let's reach out and up. Maybe lift the chin. Take a big stretch up. Exhale, hinge and fold in half. Come all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen forward. Exhale, empty the breath and fold in. Inhale, firm the glutes, lift the chest, sweep the arms out wide, come all the way up. Exhaling, pulling the hands through the midline. Keep going. Hands down, palms out, inhale. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, hands are down, right foot step it back. Bring the back knee down to the floor. Flatten the foot, inhale, up into Untitled. Lengthen the, yes, if your right foot back, yeah. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, come on down. Hands down, tuck the back toes, lift the knees, step to plank. Curl the tailbone under. All right, let's do this. Right forearm down onto the floor. Left forearm down onto the floor. Curl the tailbone under. Right, try and have your hands shoulder distance apart. Make sure you're breathing. Bring the big toes to touch. Float the right foot off the floor. Just hover it there. Curl the tailbone under, right abs working. Foot down, left foot up. Tailbone under, right, stay steady. Lean a little forward. Yeah. Foot down, Sphinx pose. Drop your knees, flatten your feet. Oh, hips to the floor, lift your chest. Oh, that's nice. Shoulders back and down. Right, stretch your belly. And release it to the floor. You can bring the elbows out to the sides, rest your forehead on the backs of your hands. We'll do Sphinx pose. One more time while we're here. Tuck the elbows under. Hands shoulder distance. Right, press the whole hand into the floor. Inhale, scoop the heart forward and up. Right, drawing the shoulders back and down so the chest can widen, the neck feels long. Tailbone under, press the tops of your feet, energize your legs. Inhale, exhale, release it. All right, soften. We're gonna forearm plank again, of course. Of course we are. So hand shoulder distance, press the palms, tuck your toes, peel yourself off the floor, tailbone under still, lift the knees. All right, we're coming back up to plank, so lean into your left forearm, plant your right hand for plank, and then see if you can press yourself back up, plank, inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. All right, float your right foot up into the air, inhale, exhale, bring your right knee to your right upper arm, lean forward, inhale, lift the leg up and back. Do that again, come forward, touch your knee to your arm, lean out over your fingertips, inhale, lift the leg. So it's basically a half a crow pose, right? Come forward, knee to your right arm, lift it as high up your arm as you can. Try and pull it up higher. Oh, reach it up and back. Inhale. Exhale your foot between your hands. Step forward. Drop the back knee. Flatten the foot. Like, a little bit of a break. Right, Untitled, sweep up. Exhale. Bring it down. We're going to step forward. So tuck the back toes. Step your left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the chest halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Firm the glutes to rise. And on your exhale, fold back down. Spread your wings and fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, hands down. Left foot steps back this time. Drop the back knee, Anjaneyasana, come on up. Inhale, lift. Let's add the twist. Right hand to the floor, that's your left hand to the floor. Reach your right arm up into the air. Bring the top hand down. Tuck the back toes, lift the knees, step to plank, pause. You guys know me, so we are gonna do the other side. Left forearm down, right forearm down. Back into our plank pose. Forearm plank, I should say. Tailbone under, big toes touch. So let's just give this a whirl. Make sure your shoulders are over your elbows, right? And float the right foot, and then just see, is it possible to pull that knee in and just tap your arm? And bring it back, put your right foot down. I know.
Whoa.
Can you touch your left knee to your left arm? Lean. Bring it back. And that's it, just one time. Come on down, space. Lift up. Shoulders down. Just lift it. You don't have to lift your elbows up. Slowly come on down. We're gonna do that one more time. So either keeping the forearms down on the floor or picking your elbows up and straightening your arms, either way. The straight arm version is a little bit more of a back bend. Okay, up, elbows, under, palms pressing, right, lifting the chest, curl the tailbone under, and if you straighten your arms, have that come from your upper back, right, scooping the heart forward and up, curling the tailbone under, low belly hugging back towards the spine. Breathe. Yes, lovely. Slowly bring it down. Yeah, all the way down. Waggle the hips, soften here. We got another forearm plank to do. Come on up. Okay. Hand shoulder distance, elbows under your shoulders. This just locks us into a really nice external rotation in the arms. Curling the tailbone under, peel yourself up, support your lower back. All right, so this time we'll press up with the left hand. So lean into your right arm, plant your left hand for plank, and then press yourself back up, plank, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. All right, lifting the left leg up into the air. Did we take the stretch on the first side or we just did core work?
No, I didn't.
We did core work. Okay. I didn't think so. We'll do the stretch in a second. All right. Inhale. Exhale, touch your arm with your knee. Oh, come forward. Yeah, inhale, lift it up and back. If it helps, hop your right foot forward a little bit. Left knee, left arm. Lean in. Try and get past your wrists. Inhale, lift the leg. One more time. Come forward. Lean. Right. Can you pick your knee up any higher? Lift it up. Oh, and reach up and back. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. All the way forward. Top of the mat. Back knee down. Come on up. Inhale, lift. Find the stretch. Maybe bend the front knee a little more. And then into the twist. Right hand to the floor. Left arm reaching up. Get wide across the chest. And bringing the top hand down. Tuck the back toes. Lift the knee, step forward. Big step. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Take a breath. Inhale. Sigh it out. Exhale. You can release the hands down. Relax your shoulders, your arms. All right, smooth out the breath. See if we can come back into our Ujjayi breath. Take a moment in Tadasana. Lifting up through the hip bones, right? So we feel a little engagement in the belly. Of course, we're going to do chair pose. Bend your knees. Bend and reach. Yeah, so as the arms come up and overhead, right, what it tends to do is kind of pop our ribs out. So can we hug the rib tips in? Not like you're fully into your crow pose, but, right, engaging the abs. And then working the stretch by pressing the upper arms back a little more. Maybe slowly, gently lifting the gaze up to your thumbs. Can you keep the ribs hugged in? Can you press the upper arms back a little more? Lengthen through the tailbone. Take one last breath, sit a little deeper. And release it, fold. Exhale. Take an extra breath here to soften. Relax your shoulders, your back. All right. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, bending the knees. Hands are down. You can walk back. You can jump back. Yes. And maybe this time, chaturanga. To upward facing dog. Oh, right to downward facing. Now if chaturanga is too much, you just flow over to the floor and do cobra pose. All right. Bring the right leg up into the air. Let's take the stretch. Turn the toes out, lift the hip. Oh, stretch it out. Enjoy that. Right, as much lift as you like. Sink the left heel down. All right, straighten the leg. Squaring the hips off. Rounding the spine. Pull your knee forward. Just squeeze into a little ball your knee towards your face. And then shift your gaze forward. Pull your knee through your arms and step your foot between your hands. There we go. Right? All right, crescent pose. Come on up. Yeah. Relax the shoulders down. Right, and then get a little bit of a scissoring action in the feet, kind of pulling the feet in towards each other. And what that'll do, hopefully, is activate the inner thighs, which is a very useful thing when we're doing crow pose. The shoulders down. All right, arms out wide. We're going to do Garbudasana Arms. So bring the left arm under the right arm. And then pressing the palms or hugging your shoulders. You can connect your hands with a strap. Lift the elbows up. Yeah. Press the wrists away from your face. Hug the belly back. All right, let's add the leg. Bring the left foot forward. Up and over the top. Darn it. And then what we're trying to do is either hug the toes. So let me go this way. Hug the toes to the outer ankle or tuck them around inside. There we go. right? Squeeze the legs. Give them a squeeze. Lift the chest. How's your breath? Oh, squeeze the legs, inhale. Exhale, try and touch your elbow to your knee. Round the spine. Inhale, come up. Oh, do that again. Squeeze and round. It's okay if your foot ends up on the floor or a block. Inhale, lift, and one more time. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift the chest. Eagle pose. Fly away back to your crescent. Oh, your glute. Inhale. Exhale, your hands down to the floor. Oh, step back as you're ready. Take the vinyasa. Feel free to skip it to rest in child's pose, to move straight to down dog. Just gonna get a sip of my tea. Okay. Wet my whistle. Okay, beautiful. Downward facing dog. Let's lift the left leg up into the air. Turn the toes out, lift the hip and the knee. Oh, yeah, such a nice stretch. Sink the right heel to the floor. Enjoy that. Yeah. All right, straightening out the leg, squaring the hips off. Press back, inhale. Exhale, round the spine, squeeze into a little ball. Shift forward, look forward. Pull your knee forward and step your foot between your hands. Yes, oh my gosh. Crescent pose. One step at a time. Come on up. Melt the shoulder blades down. Lengthen up through the pinky edges. A little scissoring of the feet. Lengthen the left hip back. Hip bones lifting. Right, the same. Work with the arms. Right, trying to press the arms back and hug the ribs in at the same time. All right, let's release into our Garbudasana arms. So the right arm comes under the left arm this time. Pressing the palms, holding your shoulders, adding the strap. Right, lift the elbows. Press the wrists away from your face. Breathe. All right, we're gonna add the back leg. 1, 2 steps, however many you need. As I tip over here, let me turn. Right, tuck, if you can, the toes to the inner ankle. But if that doesn't work out, just hug them onto the outer ankle. Right, squeeze the legs. Lift your chest, inhale. Exhale. Keep the bend in the knees. Try and touch your elbow to your knee. Inhale, come back up. Whoa. Exhale. Rounding the spine, pull it in. Inhale, lift. Hang on, one more. Keep squeezing the legs. Round, touch. Slowly lift. And then we'll fly away. I know, dang it. Into that crescent pose. What the heck? Inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Woo! Stepping back as you're ready. Oh my goodness. Through the vinyasa. Straight to down dog. I do what makes the most sense for you. Yeah, I'm just going right for the back bend. Downward facing dog. I'm like, do I really need chapter dog again? I don't think so. Whew. And here too. You can sign it out, but then I come back in. Steady inhale. Steady exhale. All right. So, yeah, from your down dog. Pressing back with the thighs. Arms straight. So one of the things that we need to do when we're jumping forward is really to make a wall with the shoulder blades. So from your shoulder blades onto your upper back, and then hug the ribs in, corresponding engaging of the belly. Right, look forward. Lift the heels, bend the knees, walk or float your feet to your hands. Yeah. We're trying to shift the hips over the shoulders, which is kind of scary and hard. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bending the knees for the chair pose. Now the shoulder blades down. Reaching up. Let's sweep the arms back, lean forward. Right, squeeze your glutes, keep the knees wide. Keep this leaning forward, reach your arms overhead. Slowly, slowly, slowly lower. We're gonna sit our butts down on the floor. Okay, that's like a little Bakasana prep. I'm sweaty. Grab your blocks. And cross your, let's put the right ankle in front of the left ankle. Just start. Okay. Sorry, there's like a hair on my face. Somehow. We're gonna use the blocks to try and pick our butts up off the floor. Yeah, you can stay facing forward. I'm just turning so I'm facing them.
Yes, I mean.
Better. Oh, okay, okay. Got it, got it. So one by either hip. Right, first thing, we'll just press our hands and pick our butts up off the floor. Right, yeah. And then come down and do that again. Of course, your legs are resting on the floor, so it's a little bit easier this way. One more time, lift and lower. Okay, now let's see if we can pick our feet up, which will require you to lean back a bit. I'm gonna switch a little forward on my mat. Yeah. So, right, what we need for cream especially, is to be able to get pretty close and pretty tight. So we're gonna try and use the strength of our legs to keep the knees in, really the strength of our quads and our hip flexors. So releasing your legs, hands on your blocks. Blocks by your hips, right? Try and keep your feet off the floor. You have to lean a little bit. Press down to lift yourself up. Yes. Oh, okay, now done. Okay, shake it out, take a breath. We're gonna cross the left ankle on top. So if you're just getting your butt off the floor, but your toes stay down, it's okay. We'll just try and have less and less of our feet. Okay, so first cross the other ankle in front, have your feet on the floor, and just lift. And do that again, lift. Yeah. And it does require a little bit of lean forward, right? You have to lean a little bit. So even when you pick your feet up, right? So you have to lean back to pick your feet up, but you have to lean forward again then, right? So that's the challenge. Can my hip flexors, can my quads engage enough to keep my legs in so my feet stay off the floor? It's the same strength that we need for a crow pose. Hands on your blocks. Pull them back a little bit. So you want them right by your hips. Okay, here we go. Press and lift. I'm definitely leaning. Maybe just the tips of your toes are on the floor. But if you can, go pick them up. Down. All right.
I've done it for a tiny second in the past.
It's not easy. Right? Okay, so one more variation. Legs come back, feet come back, not your whole leg, the feet, the shin. I'll show you this way. We're gonna cross, right, and then we'll be here. And we'll come from this place. Sorry. Turn back around. This is Lolasana, Tolasana. I get them mixed up. One is scale and one is pendant. Well, when you lift up off the floor, it becomes something else. Yeah, so I think this is Lolasana. I forget, it doesn't really matter. The point is we're either gonna pick our knees up and our shins up, or maybe we'll pick our knees, our shins, and our feet up. Let's see what happens. So you'll cross. Let's put the right ankle on top of the left. Not that you're going to totally sit your weight back, but just for the purposes of getting our feet off the floor. So you're going to roll onto the tops of your feet. Arms stay straight. Peel your knees up, right? Then pull your hips up. Lift yourself like you're in crow pose. Pick your left foot up, put your right foot maybe your left foot. I can't really pick both my feet up off the floor without using my arms. So I have to push my knees on my arms. And then with some leverage, I can pick my feet up. But if I just have my knees hanging, which is technically what you're supposed to be doing, can't get both my feet up. So cross the other way and we'll try it again. So you want your thighs in front of you, like under you. So as you come up, like your knees are coming into your chest, right? Then you pick your left foot up and then right foot up. Right, so you're curled into a ball. Yeah, knees into your chest. And then you pick the top foot up and then by some miracle, maybe the other foot will lift up too. What? I can't do it either, so it's fine. We can laugh. But that's more really, but that's the strength of crow pose too, right? This lifting ourselves up away from the floor. So kind of remember this feeling of pulling in and lifting up and pulling in and lifting up. And we'll see if we can recreate that in our crow pose. So let's shake out the wrists. Put your blocks aside. Yeah. Flip your hands so the backs of your hands are on the floor. On the back. Yeah, it'll feel better. We'll just counter stretch because we still have to try our actual crow pose.
That's why I'm working so hard.
Right? Shake it out. Okay, let's do down dog. So not that I expect you to actually do it, but when we jump our feet forward in a second, just imagine that you're gonna land in crow pose with your knees on your arms, right?
I want to see you first. How you
I have to practice. It's so hard. I don't think I can actually do it right now, but right, but like that, right there. I did it. Not really. I didn't actually do it.
So you jump
But
with your legs up, and I jump in with my legs in. That's so. I like yours. Like okay,
yeah.
I jump like this.
Right. What we're trying to do, and especially for this,
How do you
is
do that?
move the hips,
Oh.
right? So try that a couple of times, actually, you guys. You're going back to down dog, but can you jump and push your hips forward?
No.
Yeah. Right?
So you have to lift my legs up here.
Yeah.
And then jump.
Well, it's more that you're trying to push your hips forward. So lifting the legs just helps to move your hips because it's heavy, you know? Okay. Okay, so let's do it one more time and actually bring our feet forward, right? Pressing back. Jump. Imagine I landed. So close.
This is so new.
I just haven't been practicing it. So the catch is you have to really hold the pike and the knees come down. It's very graceful and nice, but right, landing in that. Okay, so now, how do I do that? Yeah. So if you're still working on crow, it's very useful to use a block. Or if you're working on having your arms straight, it's also useful to use a block. So let's just play a little balancing game for a second. Have your block sideways. So I'll just do this so you can see that way. And we're gonna stand, balls of the feet on the block. All right. And this is just to really like get into our legs, right? Your legs seem like an afterthought, but they're really important in your crow pose. So lifting, because what the lifting up onto the balls does is help to reaffirm this hugging into the midline, right? Hugging into the midline. So from this position of being lifted on your block, maybe arms out wide just for balance, keep the heels lifted, And just bend the knees. It's exciting. And come on down. All right, then open and hands to the floor. So you can bend your elbows from here, certainly, or if you're getting your feet off the floor and you can already do the bent elbow version, then you can practice straightening your arms. But if you want to bend, let the elbows go back towards your ankles, right? So they're bending back a bit. Yeah, and your knees come as high of your arms as you can get them. Take advantage of gravity, right? It's pulling you down, let it. Get well between your legs. All right, then lift your hips, lift up, go forward. Keep the elbows bent if you're bending, right? Your shin can rest a little bit on the back of your arm. Lean and lift, right? And then maybe we can keep leaning forward and straighten the elbows. You're squeezing with your knees and looking forward. I'm dripping for the record. I didn't. You did it? Yes. Awesome. Yeah. So, right, your legs have a big job, even though it seems like they're not really doing much, but they help to stabilize your shoulders and your arms. Yes.
3 seconds.
Nice. That's good. And then can you keep breathing while you do that?
All right, let's do that.
Right, looking forward. Tailbone under, rounding the spine maximally. Yeah. Nice. And then straightening the arms. If you're already pretty well leaned, then you just got to straighten. It's pretty.
What did mine was straight?
No. You want to be able to be solid in crow pose first, and then you can try and straighten into creating.
Straighten the arms.
Oh, it's really hard by just squeezing them straight and leaning.
Okay, so, oh yeah, we are completely bent.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Heck yeah.
So I have to lift myself more higher.
So that's why you get good at the bent elbow version first, and then you start straightening your arms. Yeah. Whew. All right, awesome, you guys. And then you do crow pose into handstand, or you tip it forward into tripod headstand, which I know Barb does. That's pretty fun. Here, I'll show you that. It's fun to show new people things. Yes. So you come into your crow, you balance, and you're feeling pretty good about yourself. You gotta bend slowly. Drop your head onto the floor, come up. Tripod headstand, Sirsasana B. And then the fun part, coming back down, lift. A little bit too much, and I fell back, but you get the idea. Yeah. And then I used to be able to, but I can't do it right now because I just don't have the strength to press up into a handstand from your crow pose. So, once you're in here, then you just keep lifting your hips and up into a handstand, which I used to be able to do. Wow, that's pretty nice. But not right now. I can tell you for sure not right now. Oh my gosh. Shake it out. My wristises. So again, feel free. Let's do backs of the hands. How are you guys doing out there? Okay. Shoo. Shake it out. All right, we don't have that much time. Actually, we can go a little over since there aren't people coming in. We can kind of go closer to our previous ending time, which is a little bit closer to 10:30. Let's do a couple of back bends and counterpose our crow pose. So we'll take our time, ease our way into a couple of back bends, and think of it more as a counter pose to crow than you trying to get into like the biggest back bend you've ever done, right? So we're just trying to move in the opposite direction. I'm just dripping sweat, so I'm sorry. Okay, onto your back. My sweat will start to dry up now, probably. let's do bridge pose. It's a lovely counter to crow. It stretches your shoulders in just the right way, opens up the front of the body, releases the hip flexors, right? So let's do a couple rounds of bridge, and then if you feel like you want to do Garbudasana, of course you can, but if you don't, it's 100% fine because we're not really doing it to get all crazy back. All right, so slowly lifting the hips, still lengthening through the tailbone. You can do that in practically every pose. Interlace your fingers and tuck the outer upper arm underneath you. Oh my goodness. And then we just move the chest towards the chin, right? The tailbone lengthening out through the knees, the low belly just dropping back towards the spine, and the pelvis kind of pouring down into the belly, into the ribs. Puff the chest. Oh, I'm sliding on my back. Oh, being sweaty is fun. Slowly lower down. Right, you can come down on top of your arms. You can take them out from underneath you, whatever you like. I kind of like laying on my arm, honestly. Okay, let's do that at least one more time, maybe 2 more times. Bring the feet in, if they're not already. You want to be able to touch them with your fingertips. Lengthen through the tailbone, lift your hips. Do the opposite interlace. So you're putting the other thumb on top, the other pinky under. Snuggle in. Try and get your spine lifted off the floor, right? That's what we're after. I'm gonna grab onto my ankles because I'm sliding on the floor so bad. Take another breath. Slowly lower down, lengthening through the tailbone the whole time, right? The whole time. Down onto the floor. All right, one more, maybe. If you're like, oh, I don't know, my legs are tired. You don't necessarily have to do one more, right? You can hug your knees in and rest for these next few seconds while we're doing back bends. But if you have the juice, let's come up one more time. Lift it up. I have this urge to come up into Urdhva. Okay. But do what feels good in your body, right? You're not obligated to do anything. All right. If you're up, let's come down. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Gather the knees. Hug them in. Rock a little side to side. And since we're here, why not? Take an easy twist like we did at the start of class. Legs to the left. Oh, blocks here. Right arm reaching. Turn your head to the right as much as you like. Come back to center. Inhale and exhale. Over to the other side. Soften the left shoulder to the floor. Turn the gaze to the left as much as that feels good in your neck. All right, so we've had a minute or two to kind of catch our breath and calm down from the back bend. We're going to do one last potentially vigorous thing. You can choose to do something more low-key though, which is, of course, upside down time. Since we have the grace to go a little bit past 10:15, let's do something upside down. So feel free to do a headstand or put your legs up. You know, you can do the Viparita Parani if you want to work on like a handstand prep or, you know, whatever. You guys out there in Zoom world, you know what you're doing. And do you have an upside down thing that you do?
I do headstand.
Okay.
Headstand, but I
Sure.
want to push myself back.
That's okay. You can use the wall too, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. It takes time before you don't have to like,
Yeah.
use a little bit of jump. Know that ideally we're working towards not jumping.
Not jumping, yes.
Yeah.
So you can watch me how bad I do.
Okay. What do you do with your arms? Okay, that's fine. Really make sure you're on the very top of your head. I'm gonna just look on the side from distance. Get a little bit, before you come up, tuck your chin a little bit more and get a little bit more onto the top of your head. Yeah, yeah. And then, oh, that's not bad actually. That's not bad at all. Okay. The only thing I would say, and you don't have to necessarily do it right now, but maybe just get a little closer to the wall so you don't have quite as much of a lean. Okay. And then you could probably be a tiny bit more on the top of your head, like a little bit more chin to chest.
A little bit more.
But yeah, but I am not opposed to how you're doing that. Because you're strong enough to like keep some integrity, so it's okay. Oh, look at you. That's really good. Okay, I like it. Yeah.
But I cannot leave the floor.
That's okay.
Okay, I can do it.
Yeah. That's good. Do a child's pose for a second and just let your neck kind of relax. But eventually, so you'll do the same thing, and you can imagine the wall is behind me. Eventually, when you come in, like you'll set yourself up, walk your feet in, and then just easy, you'll look for the wall and try and just slowly come up, right, and minimize the jumping.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when you're up, once you can get a little bit of balance, you can play with just bringing one leg down, okay, and back up. Using the wall, right? You can use the wall the whole time. And you don't necessarily have to do that right now. But just something to think about for the future.
So you're saying I can do this
Let me,
and then throw my.
yeah, walk your feet in as close as they'll go. Yes. And really firm your back away from the wall. And then reach up with one leg. Yeah. And I kind of like the way you were doing it before, to be perfectly honest. Go back to your other way.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you're actually doing that really well. Yeah, you're doing that really, really well. Yeah, just keep doing that. Yes. Yeah, that's better. That looks good. How do you feel?
Great.
Try and press evenly through your forearms and pull your shoulder blades up away from the floor.
Me?
Yes.
Shoulder blades away from the floor.
So as your forearms are pressing down, your shoulder blades are moving towards your butt. And it makes a little space for your neck and kind of starts to build the strength in your back. Because we get here and we get a little bit, and so we're trying to like pull the shoulder blades and press into the forearms. Okay, all right, lovely people. Let's stretch. I think that's enough upside down time. You guys look like you're done with upside down time. All right. Let's bring the legs out front. I feel like we got to do like Dandasana, Paschimottanasana, sort of a unwritten rule.
That made me sweat.
Right, okay, good. We're all sweaty. Stretch up, inhale, and exhale. Oh, that's nice. Back stretches. Inhale, lift and lengthen, come halfway up. And exhale. Out and into the fold. And we'll breathe here. Melting the shoulder blades away from the neck. All right, very nice. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, come up the rest of the way. So let's do Upavishta. Your inner thighs did some good squeezing today. At least I hope they did. So we will Legs out wide. Oh, my hip cracked. All right. However wide. So that's for you. You can decide what wide means in your body, right? As you're sitting, you want to feel some stretch, you know, and depending on your legs, it may already be a lot, but you know, you want to at least start with a little bit, and then we lean into it, right? We try and keep the legs just pointing up. For everybody's feet, usually, most people's feet, want to plop in or out, one of those two. So we'll just try and keep them up. You can keep your hands on your legs. You can also bring them out front. You can support your head on a block or a bolster or some sort of something. Just breathe here. How's your breath? Very nice, steady Ujjayi breath. Soften your face. Face relaxed, right? Totally relaxed. Slowly inhale, come halfway up. And exhale the rest of the way. Let's hook the knees and just bring them in. Oh, have a moment to soften here. And then let's, I know we did that crazy pigeon pose on Sunday, but let's do a nice easy pigeon pose today without the back bend. Unless your hips, your knees, whatever part of you is like, pigeon pose. If it's just too much, it doesn't matter. Do thread the needle, do something that does work for your body. But if you're like, oh no, I like that.
I like it.
That sounds good to me. Let's do it. Right? Or if you just don't want to do it because your hips are tight, then do it. But if it hurts you, like your joints, your knees or whatever, do something.
What is a crazy pigeon?
Yeah. Oh, with the back bend. So you're up, you bend the back knee, you reach over. Yeah. So we did that on Sunday. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to relax. So yes, good. See if you can get your back leg, this outer hip, to come down a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. All right, guys, looking good. And then here we are back to our breath. Right, so just think that we're doing this to see if we can do this and breathe. Right, can I maintain my Ujjayi breath? Right, and just notice the thoughts that come up. Right, and you can just breathe them in and breathe them out, because most of the things that are going to cross your mind right now are probably just nonsense, and just let it go. Right, the mind, the thoughts are, think of it this way, thoughts are tools, not truth, right? So just because you're thinking something doesn't automatically make it true. Thank goodness. The crazy thing that I think. I'm sure that we all think, right? So as the thoughts come up, if it's useful, if it's helpful, if it's going to benefit you in your current situation, it's a tool that you can use. And if not, not every situation requires a hammer or a screwdriver or whatever, so you use them as they're needed, and sometimes you don't need them, right? And so you just leave those there, you let them go. So that's the practice, right? The discerning mind. What's useful, what's not useful? What's helpful, what's not helpful? Let's take a couple more breaths in this stretch, using the breath to really soften in for these last few breaths. Is there any other part of you that could relax? Let's take one more Ujjayi breath. Inhaling And exhaling. And then slowly coming up. If you want to exit through down dog, you can. If you're like, oh, I don't want to do that, you can just swing your back leg forward. But if you like, it's totally up to you. But sometimes it's nice to just have
It
a
just
minute.
helps me walk through the pigeon pose
Right.
better.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when you're ready, other leg. I'm sure you know which leg you had forward and which one you didn't. So it should be fine there, I think. Oh, and then just take your time into the stretch. All right, there's no rush. We'll be here for several breaths. And as you come into the stretch, we'll do the same thing, right? Breathe. Our steady Ujjayi breath in and out through the nose. And we can also notice the thoughts that come up and just let them go. And breathe. Using the exhale to help the body relax. Or really just using a steady breath generally to help the body relax. See if you can lengthen your breath as you're here. Lengthen the inhale and the exhale. Comfortably though, comfortably, right? Not in anxiety producing length. But just as a fun exploration, like let me just be curious. Keep it easy, keep it light. Last couple of breaths here. Steady, smooth Ujjayi breath. And let's take one more big breath. And taking your time. Slowly, as you're ready. Come on out. Goodness. So you have the option of, again, down dog, or if you're like, oh, no down dog, just swing that back way forward. Oh, okay. Your legs weigh 1,000 pounds. All right, if you're up, come on down onto your knees, swing the legs around, and let's lie down. Yay, you did it.
Oh,
Your favorite pose.
yeah.
Right? I used to hate it. When I first started doing yoga, I thought it was so dumb. It's like, who does this? So funny. All right, happy baby if you like, or whatever. You don't have to. Anything if you want. Like an easy, low-key, stretchy thing before Shavasana, but you certainly are not obligated. Okay. I'm going to just turn these lights off because we don't need them anymore. We hardly needed them in the first place, but okay. Let's rest. As you're ready, extending the legs. So the thing we're trying to do, a couple of things. We're trying to relax and be still. Right, so the relaxing is, can I get into a shape that will let you do that, right? And then once you're able to relax, then we just try and relax into stillness. So that's the other reason why you want to be comfortable. It is corpse pose, right? So the inspiration there is, generally speaking, corpses are relatively still. And so that's kind of our goal here, is can we find some stillness? So you get comfortable, right? Okay, all the hands are in the right place, and then you just let it be. Just let it be. And again, and still, breathe. And through the nose, and out through the nose. It doesn't need to be serious Ujjayi breath, but just breathing in and out through the nose. Whole body relaxing. The whole body resting. Shavasana. Stay nice and soft and easy. Begin to deepen your breath, just gently, slowly. And you can lash your fingertips with your thumbs, just to wave your body up a little bit more. Wiggle your toes. Maybe stretch. Reach the arms, stretch the legs. Hug the knees, getting on the soft squeeze, maybe rock a little side to side. And gently over onto your right side as we slowly make our way up to seated. So when you're ready, and just stay nice and soft, come on up to sit. Close your eyes, comfortable seated position. Just notice, take a moment as you come to sit to just feel the effects of practice, right? Notice what's shifted, notice what's different. Good stuff. Bringing the hands to the heart, the palms together, thumbs to the sternum. Inhale, lifting your heart. Exhale, gently bowing the chin. In gratitude, as always, grateful. We're grateful for this practice, for all the goodness, all the benefits it brings. We're grateful that we have the time to practice, the opportunity, the ability. And what else? You can just pick one thing. What are you grateful for? And just allow that feeling of gratitude to fill your heart. It's such an easy way to bring some joy into your day. Thank you for sharing practice today, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Namaste. 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 All right. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, lovely people.
So much sweaty fun. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, that was fun. Oh, there's Julie. Hi, Julie.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, her camera's not on, but she popped in at some point.
I feel better now.
Yeah, we were worried. Here she is. Hi, Julie. We're like, where is she? This doesn't make any sense.
I came in late, A, and B, I was doing Jeanette's 30-day challenge.
Oh,
And today was day 30.
Oh,
So my evil plan was that I was gonna have you in the background while I got through all of it and then join you in all the stretchy stuff. And my evil plan worked.
see how you are? Okay, good.
well, congratulations on finishing your 30 days with Jeanette. That
Oh
sounds
my God,
like a lot.
it was a
Yeah,
lot.
good
Thank
job.
you. It was a lot. It was a good motivation for me though, so thanks.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad.
yeah.
Bye.
Go
Thank
back to
you.
Zoom.
Any changes we should know about?
You're welcome. Me?
Any changes on the schedule that we should know about yet?
You know, I'm going to, but I just haven't done it yet. So yes, but not yet because I haven't made any decisions. But I am gonna like cull the herd a little bit and kind of, yeah, there's just, I feel like too many things going on there. But I haven't done anything yet. And I don't think the morning is gonna really change that much. It'll be more like evening things, so.
We don't care about that.
We
I
Unless
We
it's
do
Shavasana
appreciate
class,
for everyone.
I'm probably not in it.
That's right. Bye. Good to see you guys.
Good to see everyone.
Thanks, girl.
You're welcome.
Bye,
Thanks for
everybody.
being here. Bye, guys. We'll talk soon. Okay.